So for this afternoon, we are going to have a discussion of, again, a review on how to make the literature review. That's chapter 2 for the master students. And I said last time that the literature review is incorporated in the chapter 1, no, of the PhD students. Okay. So after that, we are going to have a very short discussion focusing on the reminders on how to do your in-text citations and references. So we are using the CSE 2006 now. So we have the Council for Science Editors. So we are going to recall some of the policies, some of the guidelines now that are utilized when you do your in-text citations and your end references when you do your bibliography. So lecture, okay, is on the, again, no, it's a review on how to make a review of related literature. I guess, diba, we have done our undergrad research. Okay, for the PhDs, you have done your master's thesis. Okay, and in preparation for your dissertation. Okay, so I guess everybody already had a chance of making their review of related literature. Okay, so ito, i-review lang natin ulit kung paano gumawa. Okay? So under this, so what are the topics? So it says here, what is a literature review? Okay, second, why is it important? Okay, third, what are the types of literature review? Okay, and then what are the steps in preparing a literature review? Okay. So first, what is a literature review? No? So it says here, a literature review is a short, okay, it's a precise, it's a critical overview or summary about the current state of research, okay, that is relevant to the particular area or topic of interest. No? So it says here, a literature review is a short, no, it's a precise, but even though it is short, no, it is a critical summary. No? It's a critical overview. So the word critical is very important. Okay? So I guess when we first did our literature review, we think na mas mahaba, mas maganda. 'Di ba? Parang mas mahaba, mas maraming laman, which is not the case. Okay? So when you do your literature review, hindi pa habaan ang laban dito. Okay? Hindi pa habaan, pero dapat maiksi siya, pero siya ay malaman. Okay? It should be short but very meaty. Okay? Where in fact, it should be a critical overview or critical summary of all the literature, okay, that pertains to a particular topic. Okay? So it's a summary of everything that has been written about a particular topic, theory, or research question. Okay? So it means if you're proposing a research now, okay, you should do everything in your power, in your capacity to actually get all the related literatures. Okay, so that it tells kasi that you are so ready to propose your topic. Okay. So ito, please take note, it's very important. No? So the literature review analyzes a body of literature in order to classify it, okay, by themes or categories, rather than simply discussing individual works, okay, one after another. Okay, so it presents the research and ideas of the field rather than the individual work or author by itself. Okay, so remember, when you do a critical review, when you do paragraphs, no? So we have subheadings, we have subtopics, and then you do the paragraph. So we develop a critical review by theme or by categories. Okay, that's why it is so short, it's so concise. Okay, and you are comparing the works of other researchers, no, the data, their methods, etc., etc. So you don't take one literature, you don't take one reference and then make a paragraph out of it, and then you take another reference, another paragraph, and so on and so forth. Okay? So kung halimbawa if you have 20 related literature, you don't actually do 20 paragraphs. Okay? Each paragraph discussing the research of one set or a set of researchers or one author, no? So again, we do a critical summary, okay, a critical overview, Okay, depending on the theme or the category or the topic. Okay, we don't focus on individual works or individual authors. So later you would see in the example. Okay. So another is, okay, what is the importance of a literature review? So we have, I think we have mentioned some already in a previous discussion. No? So it provides a background and justification of the relevance of the proposed research. So I told you last time, no, in the discussion of the introduction, that the introduction part is actually one of the hardest parts of the research to be done, because virtually you should have all the literature. Okay, because you're getting the background there, no? So take note, your chapter 2 is just the long version of your chapter 1. Okay? So the review of related literature is just the long version of portions of your introduction or portions of your background. Okay? So parang kung ang abstract ang executive summary ng buong papel, ang background naman ng introduction, siya naman ang summary nyo ng inyong chapter 2 o ng inyong related literature. So that if you added statements to your background, and if the reader would want to know the details, okay, of those statements or those theory or the findings, so they turn to your chapter 2. Again, for the master's students, no, they turn to your chapter 2 and read on the details. Okay? Yun ang purpose ng review of related literature. So it provides a background, and of course, no, it provides a justification of the relevance of your research. No? So why is your research very important? Okay? So of course, now when you do your literature review, you find gaps, you find issues or problems or lapses. Okay, so ito, by identifying these issues or gaps or lapses, you are able to add novelty to your research. So there should be something new. And as I've said earlier, your how you write your critical overview or literature, okay, tells your panel members, tells your advisor that you are very ready, okay, that you are very prepared in order that you are very ready or prepared to do your research. Okay, because they would say, he or she has exhausted all literature, the literature is comprehensive, no, the literature review is very, very critical. I guess he or she is very ready to go about the research. Okay? Kasi pag nakita nila na kulang-kulang, kasi some panel members are very diligent in looking for related literature, okay, prior to your proposal defense or your final defense. So some would even say, oh, you missed this literature. Okay, so you missed 5 literature, new literature. Okay, so that would now lessen your preparedness, no, lessen your confidence that you're prepared kasi na-miss mo yung may 5 ka palang na-miss o meron ka palang 10 na-miss. Ha? Meron mga ganyang panel members. They are really searching. They are also preparing, no, prior to your proposal defense or your final defense. They are also looking for literature. Okay? Now, for the third topic, what are the types of literature review? I guess it's very familiar to you, or they are very familiar to you. So you are hearing before, you have the difference between conceptual or theoretical literature and the research literature. Okay, so for the sake of the discussion, we are just going to differentiate them. But in your actual paper, you don't separate or you don't group your literature into theoretical and research literature, because you're only going to develop your review of related literature using themes or subtopics or categories. Okay, but again, this is just a review. Okay, so when we say conceptual or theoretical literature, this actually tells us the general knowledge, okay, about a particular topic, and we are getting this data or general knowledge from books, okay, from encyclopedia, okay, from legitimate sources in the internet. That's fine. Okay, so again, it tells us the general knowledge, okay, the general knowledge that the reader would have to know, okay, so that they can understand your work or your research. Okay, and when we say research literature, this actually shows the major findings, okay, the major findings or the conclusions of researches, okay, and usually we see them in journals, no, in publications, okay. So to give an example, okay, if you have a sample title, no, so we have effects of Acalypa hispida, ethanolic leaf extract on blood glucose level of alloxan-induced diabetic albino mice. So this was, I guess, a study, no, done by an undergrad, but I opted to use this, okay, in order to explain simply, no. So how do you do the subcategories or the literature review? Okay, so uh, under the conceptual or theoretical framework, so we said that this type of literature tells the general knowledge or shares the general knowledge about the topic. Okay, so think of your readers as not so very well versed with the topic. Okay, sabi natin na the purpose of the background, and ito, the literature review is for your readers to understand your research. Okay, so regard them as not ignorant, but regard them as not so knowledgeable about the topic. So it means you have to explain to them. You have to present to them, no, what the topic is all about. Okay, so if this is the sample, so what could be under the conceptual or theoretical literature providing general knowledge, no? So you can add, of course, the botanical description of Acalypa hispida. Okay, it tells you the some sort of taxonomy, some sort of characteristics of this plant, no? And you can also add the medicinal uses of this plant. Okay, that could be one subtopic, no? Botanical description and medicinal uses of Acalypa hispida, and then you place there all the information. So that's general information. Okay. Another, since the proponents, no, wanted to determine if the ethanolic leaf extract of this plant, no, has a certain hypoglycemic property. So it means it has something to do with diabetes. Okay, so you might want to include diabetes as one of your categories. Okay, so what is about diabetes? Okay, so what is diabetes? What are the types of diabetes? Diba? We have type 1, we have type 2, we have the gestational, and then we have the signs and symptoms of diabetes depending on the types. And then we have the, okay, management, no? Because diabetes cannot be treated, so the management of diabetes. So uh, type 1, diba? It's not treated, pero they can be managed, they can all be managed. Okay, so that could be one paragraph, no? So information on diabetes, so you can place a subheading as diabetes, okay, types, signs and symptoms, management. Okay, or if you want, if the paragraph is too long, you can divide. So one is diabetes, okay, types, signs and symptoms, and then the other one is management. Okay, and then since it says here in the title that the proponents now wanted to use alloxan to induce diabetes in albino rats. So another very important category or topic to be discussed is the mechanism of alloxan action. No? So why is it that alloxan is needed or is utilized in order to make the lab animals diabetic? Because the information that can be supplied, no, can be utilized in the results and discussion part. Okay, so another purpose of your literature review is not only to support your background, but also the literature review is the source of information, okay, or data or justifications when you do your results and discussion part, because you always go back to your review of related literature because you're going to compare data or results. Okay, so that's the power of your literature review. Okay, now again, those would be under the theoretical or the conceptual literature. What about the research literature? Okay, so you could have two paragraphs. So one, so you have the um, you can discuss there all the plants, okay, related to Acalypa hispida. Okay, if some plants belong to the same family, no, and if these plants have proven hypoglycemic potentials, no? And or if you can see different species under the same genus, no, which is Acalypha, no, proven to have hypoglycemic property, so you place that in one paragraph. So plants, no, proven to have, or related plants, okay, proven to have hypoglycemic property. Okay, so it means you're going to look for journals or researches, no, that worked on the hypoglycemic potentials of these related plants, okay, or members of this family, on the family to which Acalypha hispida belongs, or the different species of Acalypha, no, kung naaral na sila. And another paragraph can include recent studies, no, on Acalypha hispida itself. Okay, and it's very important that you include, no, why this plant, no, was thought to have a potential to lower the blood glucose level. Okay? So, yun ang mga ano, no, related literature, research literature. So again, we, under the research literature, okay, we try to get findings, the major findings or researches that have been done in the field, in the lab, and then you compile them. Okay, so again, this literature should be related to your field of study. Okay? So yun, no? And okay, so ito. So it says here, the last topic, no, for literature review is what are the steps in preparing a literature review? Okay, so how do you do your literature review? So we have 7, no? So we have planning and gathering of sources. We have reading the literature, organizing your own paper based on your readings, okay, drafting the body of the paper, okay, reviewing what you have written, okay, you have revisions and edits, and then of course you have updating of the list of references. Okay. So under planning and gathering of resources, so if you have already, diba, you have your topic in mind, so you have to look for possible sources of your literature. And of course, since we are in the COVID time, so we have to really search the internet. Okay, that's why I scheduled a hands-on training this afternoon after the lecture so that the librarian can assist you in remotely accessing the online references in the library kasi marami yon. No? Sayang naman din ang bayad sa tuition. Okay? So, when you think of possible sources, so you try to make a preliminary list. And your advisor, okay, would be of great help in generating your preliminary list. No? Because remember, the advisors, no, they have this certain expertise, no, in the field, and your study is related to his or to her field. And being experts in the fields, no, the advisors already compiled literature. So it's also, you're not actually right, but you can also ask your advisor if, no, if he or she has literature, okay, that can be shared, no, in relation to your topic. Okay? So magsasuggest sila, or if this is the particular topic, or you get the literature by this author, by this author, by this author. Okay? And then after your listing, of course, you have to procure. And later, maybe, no, so after your hands-on training, you can already access the online databases, okay, of Aklatang Emilio Aguinaldo, so you can procure your references. And they said that if you want to use a particular journal, and if it's not available in our online database, you just tell them and they are going to get it for you. Okay? And later, no, please reserve your questions to them. Okay, and then this is very important. Okay, so after procuring your references, okay, don't forget to get their bibliographic fields. No? They are very, very important because should you decide to use this particular journal or material, of course, you have to have your end referencing. So under the references or the bibliography. Okay? So others are forgetting it. So they are wasting time to look for or to search for the particular article. Ano nga ba ang author noon? Kailan nga bang year yon? Okay? Ano nga ba ang title ng research? So don't forget to get those bibliographic fields. No? So you have the authors, you have the year of publication, you have the title, diba? You have the name of the journal, the volume, the issue number, and the pages. if you're using the journal. So those are the bibliographic fields now that are needed. Okay? So you have to be ready. You have to always get them in order to prevent wasting time. Mahirap din kasi maghanap, no? Sa dami pa naman ng literature na gagamitin nyo, hahanapin nyo na naman yung isa-isa. Okay? Okay. So second is you have to read the literature. And as master students and PhD students, okay, you are not only faced with 10, 20 literature. You have hundreds of literature. And how do you decide, no, which literature is really relevant to your research? Which part is read first? Which part of the journal? It's the abstract. Okay? So it says here, it's very time consuming if you're going to read an article, a full article or a full journal. And then at the end of the day, you're going to realize that it's not very related to the one that I am going to propose. So it means you have to read first the abstract. Because remember, the abstract is the executive summary of the entire paper. From the background, to the aim, to the methods, to the findings, and to the implications. Now you can see them in the background, in the abstract. So if the abstract is properly written, or if the abstract was properly written, and if you see that the paper is good, so that's the time that you can read the entire paper or portions of the paper. Okay? So it says here, do not read all, read with a purpose. So keep what is relevant and ignore what is irrelevant. That's why you are doing your review of related literature. Okay? So while you are reading, take note of the following. So at the assumptions made by the authors, okay, their methods, especially if you're adopting some methods from them. And of course, you have to take note of the important results and more importantly, the trends. Okay? Because we don't deal much on theories, no? But we take the important results and the trends. And of course, by doing this, you are identifying gaps or lapses or problems or issues. Okay? So another is organize your paper based on your readings. So sabi natin kanina, a critical review, okay, is a review. It's a literature review is a short, no, it's a precise critical overview or summary of all the things that have been done or studied now relating to your topic. Okay, so you make a critical review by theme or by category. So you have to arrange, okay, your literature also by theme or by categories. Okay. So if your literature review is extensive, find a large table surface and on its place and on it place post-it notes or filing cards to organize your findings into categories. So may mga filing cards pa ba tayo ngayon? Parang wala na, no? So what you do is, so when I was doing my dissertation, I had to use a room and all my references were there. So pag binasa ko yon, ito, methods. So sulatan ko methods. Results, anong results? O lagay ko dyan. Tapos basa ulit abstract. O ito naman, no, they have something to do with habitat fragmentation. Lagay ko naman dito. Ito namang journal na to, it has something to do with the effects of fragmentation on biodiversity. So lagay ko naman dito. So it means before actually reading the entire literature or the entire paper, you have to group them into categories so that you would know. No? Like for example, if you were able to group mga 15 journals, no, or 15 articles that talks on the effects of habitat fragmentation on biodiversity, okay, and you think that you have gotten all the literature, so you can make a critical review already. Okay? So anong sinasabi sa 15 papel na yan? Okay? Yung mga findings nila ay pare-pareho, yung mga findings nila ay contradicting. Okay, so pag ganon, you can now make a critical summary of their results, no, of their researches. Okay? Okay, so it says that move them around, no? Because when you read the journal or the article, you would see that this is also related to this particular topic. This is also related to this particular methodology and so on. Okay, so you have to really maximize the use of your literature or your papers. Okay, sample, no? So the title of my research was Determinants of Species Diversity, Abundance, and Habitat Associations of the Anuran fauna from the forest fragments in Cavite, Luzon Island, Philippines. So again, when you do your chapter 2 for the master's thesis, no, for the PhDs, you incorporate your literature review in your background. Okay, for the master's thesis, you're going to group, okay, your literature, and you're going to provide subtopics. And then under each subtopic, you're going to develop your paragraph. Okay? Like for example, in relation to my dissertation, these were the following subtopics that I was able to identify. And I created a critical review, okay, based from the subtopics. So we have distribution patterns of Philippine amphibians. Okay, so we have ecological studies of Philippine amphibians. Okay, so lahat nandoon. Habitat fragmentation studies. Okay, relating to amphibians and to vertebrates. Habitat association studies. Okay, detection and occupancy, and of course, the herpetofauna of Cavite, because my sites were the remaining forest fragments of Cavite. Okay, so as you can see, I did not divide the literature into conceptual and research literature. So I made subtopics. So ganun din kayo, no? So subtopics ang gagawin. Okay? So next step is drafting the body of the paper. So you start writing. Okay? So again, you start writing depending on your theme or your category. So again, you don't report the work of individual research or author. Diba? So hindi kanina yung sabi natin, one journal, one paragraph, second journal, second paragraph, and so on and so forth. So that's not the way how a literature review is made. Okay? And then you have to logically link each section. Okay? And then after that, so review what you have written. Again, focus on critical analysis, not merely a description. In doing a critical analysis, you are comparing and contrasting, no, the researches of different authors. Okay, and by doing that, you're finding gaps. Okay, you're finding issues or problems. You're finding novelty also. Okay, so look at each paragraph. Is it defined by a central guiding concept? Okay, so would you find that your paper presented a clear proposition, logically developed from beginning to end? Okay, now if you see that you only made a mere description of your literature review, you scrap that. Okay, because the requirement is you should have a critical review, no, a concise critical review of all researches related to your topic. Okay, so you scrap that, you make another outline, and then you rewrite. Okay, so let's try to see here two examples. Okay, comparing a student who wrote a review, no, which is merely descriptive, and the other is more analytical. Okay? So student A wrote, okay, Smith 2000 concluded that personal privacy in their living quarters was the most important factor in nursing home residents' perception of their autonomy. He suggested that the physical environment in the more public spaces of the building did not have much impact on their perceptions. Neither the layout of the building nor the activities available seemed to make much difference. Okay, so Jones and Johnstone claimed that the need to control one's environment was a fundamental need of life, and suggested that the approach of most institutions, which is to provide total care, may be as bad as no care at all. If people have no choices or think that they have none, they become depressed. Okay, so by looking at this literature review, you don't see a critical analysis. Okay, the student, okay, merely described, okay, merely describe the reasons for the perception of nursing home residents, no, about their autonomy. Okay? Puro description lang. But if you're going to see the second example by student B, so this is more analytical because the student, no, was able to compare and contrast the findings of different authors. Okay? So student B wrote, after studying residents and staff from two intermediate care facilities in Calgary, Alberta, okay, Smith came to the conclusion that except for the amount of personal privacy available to residents, the physical environment of these institutions had minimal, if any, effect on their perceptions of control or autonomy. Okay? And then, sabi, however, okay, French and Haroon found that availability of private areas is not the only aspect of the physical environment that determines residents' autonomy. Okay? So, the author compared the view of Smith 2000 with the views of French and Haroon, no, in the years 1998 and 2000 respectively. So this is what we're saying, that there should be a comparison, okay, of the data, no, that the different authors gathered. Okay, so moving forward, it says here, Haroon found that the physical structures such as standardized furniture, heating, that could not be individually regulated, and no possession of a house key for residents limited their feelings of independence. Moreover, Hope substantiated the claim that characteristics of the institutional environment, such as the extent of resources in the facility, as well as its location, were features which residents have indicated as being of great importance to their independence. Okay? So again, when you make a critical review, you compare and contrast now the results or the findings of different authors. Okay? So again, no, you have to group your topic by theme or your category, and then you have to make a critical review. Okay? So let's try a sample, okay, subtopic in RRL. I'm sharing to you again, okay, my sample. Okay, so if you can still remember the title and the sub topic or the subcategory, so I included in my research habitat fragmentation studies. Okay, so it says here, okay, your discussion, your critical discussion should focus on a central underlying concept. And the central underlying concept is actually your topic sentence or your first sentence. Okay? So like what I did no, under habitat fragmentation studies, so I said, okay, habitat loss and fragmentation due to anthropogenic activities remain to be the gravest threats to general biodiversity loss and amphibian populations worldwide. So this is my topic sentence. This is the core, okay, of the discussion, and all the rest, okay, they are anchored to this topic sentence. So all statements they discuss about the effects of anthropogenic activities on biodiversity and amphibian population declines worldwide. Okay, so you can read this, okay, and then you try to see how I did it. Okay, if you try um, to examine also or evaluate if I did uh, a critical review of the literature, and then again, please take note, no, in order to strengthen your manuscript, your paper. So again, you should have citations. Okay, so it means that the statements that come from you, but you had sources. Okay, so that's the sample, no? So again, if you're going to take note of this, so by developing a critical summary or a critical overview of one topic, okay, even though I only generated one paragraph, but you try to see the number of citations. So marami siya, no? You can even combine, diba? So halimbawa, okay, so some studies show the general effects of fragmentation on living organisms included continuous declines in species diversity and abundance, changes in species composition and community dynamics, local extinction, and a reduction in genetic diversity. Okay, so this information came from these authors. Okay, so more importantly, fragmentation limited amphibians' ability to disperse, okay, from these sources, colonize, and reproduce successfully. Okay, so by citing this, okay, you are telling your reader the general trend or the general information and the sources, no, from which you got this general information. So if you have 5 sets of authors telling you the same information, so you write your statement there and then you cite all the 5 authors. Okay, and it would be stronger because that particular statement not only came from one author but from several authors. Okay, and as you can see, I did not include here details of the results. No? I only included their general conclusions or their implications or the major findings. Okay? Sabi nga natin, ang literature review ay hindi pahabaan. No? So the shorter, the meatier, the better. Okay? As long as you are able to show your readers a view, okay, a view of what happened regarding your particular subtopic, so that's fine. And as long as you make a critical review, that's fine. Okay? Okay, so going back. So, sixth step, okay, so you have to do your finishing touches. So you have to revise, you have to edit your work. Okay? So it says here, read your work out loud and check, okay, did you include important, up-to-date, and pertinent text, or did you use important, up-to-date, and pertinent text? Okay, so I already uploaded in your school book, okay, a file there on using appropriate words in an academic essay. Okay, though, of course, you are not producing or you are not generating an academic essay, but the manuscript, the thesis or the dissertation, it's a technical paper. Okay, so being a technical paper, you have to use technical words. Okay, so you don't use everyday language. Okay, you don't use first person, I, we, us, myself, mine. Because remember, when we do our manuscript, okay, there should be objectivity. Okay, we are not subjective. So the mere use of I, us, mine, myself, okay, means that some readers or some students or colleagues might misunderstood it as being subjective. So that's the purpose of not using the first person. Okay, so another, your manuscript should be grammatical or should be free from grammatical or spelling errors. You should have the correct in-text citation. So that's the next topic. And of course, your paper should not be plagiarized. Okay? So let's try to see yung using appropriate words in an academic essay. Okay. Okay. When you read this file, yung using appropriate words in an academic essay, okay, it tells you the do's and don'ts when you do your technical paper. Okay, it says there you don't use contractions, you don't use don't. Okay, but you say do not. Kalagay doon, I do not use acronyms. Okay, so halimbawa, instead of utilizing ASAP, you say as soon as possible. Okay, you have there the use of don't use slang words. Sabi nakalagay na slang doon. Halimbawa, you have to use refrigerator instead of fridge or ref. So mga ganon, no? Meron doong don't utilize first person, avoid redundancies. May nakalagay na example na most unique. So you don't use most unique, most na unique pa. Or deliberate suicide. Meron bang hindi deliberate na suicide? So again, you have to choose your words, no? Meron pa doon how to use contractions, proper utilization of strong verbs, etc., etc. Okay? So halimbawa, instead of using put together, you use assemble. Okay? So those things. So those are included in that file. Okay? So the do's and don'ts in writing a technical paper. Okay? And then, in order to really determine if you have made a critical overview, okay, you can ask your classmates or you can ask your friend, okay, to read your work. So given the subtitle or the subcategory, again, the first statement is your topic sentence. Now that's the core of your entire paragraph. No, and if your friend or your colleague would say that you've already made a critical review, it's clear to me, maliwanag ang kwento, ito pala yung nangyari, ito yung sabi niya, nag-contradicting yung results na, etc., etc. Okay? So pag ganoon, maliwanag ang iyong critical review. Okay? The problem is, if you're reading your work and if you don't understand your work, that's a very big problem. Ikaw na yung sumulat, hindi mo pa naintindihan. What more? Yung iba. Okay? So, yan. And last is, of course, you have to update your list of references. No? So, it says here, do not expect that your advisor or co-advisors will have all the published research in their offices. Of course not. Okay? So, you ask the question, have I accessed the most recent and relevant literature? Kasi sabi, no, the whole process, tama to no, the whole process takes more than 1 year. Okay? So it means you have a very long time, okay, between the time of having your proposal defense, okay, until the time that you're going to start with your final defense. Now, because you still have to do your methodology, your field work, etc., etc. You still have to write your manuscript. So it will take you several months. So it means within those several months, there could be additional literature. Okay? So even prior to your proposal, maybe some literature no, relevant to your research, they are being prepared for publication, hindi pa lang lumalabas. So ibig sabihin, after your proposal, okay, until the time before your final defense or when you're doing your research, your chapter 4 on results and discussion, you have to again look for literature. Baka mamaya yung ginagawa mo, nagawa na pala. Ako baka mamaya yung isang aspect ng study mo ay meron na palang publication. So at least you still have the time to communicate with your advisor and your panel members, no? And you still have the time to edit prior to your final defense. Because again, no, before the final defense, you have to be ready with your manuscript. Okay? Okay, so that ends our review, okay, on how to make the review of related literature. Again, for the PhDs, you can download a copy of the sample format for PhD dissertation. Okay, in that format, you have the general introduction. In your general introduction, ando naman siya, no? You still have the background, you still have the statement of the problem, and then you have the objectives. Okay? And then your objectives, okay, will be translated into your chapters. So halimbawa, yung first main objective nyo, that would be your chapter 2. So you write again a background, ganun pa rin, no? You write a background, you write your statement of the problem, may conceptual framework pa rin, may objectives pa rin, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then if you have objective 2, that's your chapter 3. Objective 3, that's your chapter 4. Okay, so if you still have objective 4, you have your chapter 5. Okay, for the MS students, dire-diretso lang, no? Your chapter 1 is your introduction, your chapter 2 is your review of related literature, your chapter 3 is your methodology. Okay, so it will be very taxing for the PhDs now because if you have 4 objectives, specific objectives, it means you are doing 5 chapters. Chapter 1 would be for the general introduction, and then each objective again will be translated into a chapter. So kanya-kanyang related literature. Okay? So you don't have to be very long in doing your related literature because again that's included already in your background. So yung summary lang talaga ang makikita doon, no? Anyway, you can go back to the details when you do your chapter, your results and discussion part. Okay? So I said earlier that as science students, now we are utilizing the CSE 2006 format, the Council for Science Editors. Okay, in doing our in-text citations and our end references. So we have to follow that now because that's also being checked by your panel members and the editor. Okay? So it says here, no, when referencing materials, you must consider, okay, citing references in the body of the writing or in the body of the manuscript. So we call them the in-text referencing. Okay? So like I showed you a while ago, the sample RRL. For example, no, habitat fragmentation studies, affect the biodiversity, blah, blah, blah. And then author, Alcala, 2001, Jesmos, 2007. So those are the in-text citations. Okay, when you say in-text, so they are the the citations within your manuscript. Okay? And then we have the end references. So all in-text citations should have their corresponding end references in your bibliography or list of references or references section. So kung ano ang binanggit nyo sa loob ng inyong manuscript, kung ano ang in-text citation nyo, kailangan meron silang kapartner na end reference. Yun yung nasa bibliography o nasa references. Okay? And they follow the guidelines, they follow the CSE format. Okay? So let's try to see. So let's try to review some. Okay, so this is referencing based on CSE 2006. So again, the in-text references are the ones found in the manuscript and the end references are the ones found in the cited literature or the bibliography. Okay? Now, in doing in-text referencing, it says here, no comma between the name and the year. Okay, each reference is separated by a semicolon. Okay, for example, you have, okay, so Salibay 1990. So no comma between the author and the year. Okay, and each reference or each citation is separated by a semicolon. Okay, and then you have another source. Okay. Second, the word and not the symbol ampersand is used between family names. Okay. So example, Cuevas and San Sebastian. Okay, 2010. So again, you use the word and not the sign or the symbol ampersand. Okay, so acronym is used instead of the entire name of an organization. Like, you don't use World Health Organization, but you only write WHO 2007 and then semicolon, no? Instead of DLS, De La Salle University Dasmariñas, so DLSUD 2005. Okay? At ito, number 4, please take note, no? Marami nagkakamali dito. Says here, for more than 2 authors, okay, so et al will be used. Et al, no, came from et ali, meaning and others. And take note of how et al is written.
Doc, excuse po. Pwedeng pakiangat po, Doc.
Yes.
Kasi may nakaharang po.
Nakaharang na?
May nakaharang na request control ba yun? Medyo pakiangat lang po yung slide.
May nakaharang na?
May nakaharang po ng mga video. Pakiangat lang po konti, Doc, yung slide. So, hindi ko po makita yung number 4.
Naka-ano ko naka-show. Wait lang.
Okay.
Kung ganito, okay na to?
Ayun, medyo pa.
Okay,
Thank you, Doc.
Sige. So ito, no, again, for number 4, for more than 2 authors, you utilize et al. Okay, so take note, marami nagkakamali dito no? You don't write et period al. You don't write et al without period. You don't write et period al period. So dapat et lang, et tapos al saka may period. Okay? So again, because it means and others. So again, no, for more than 2 authors. So if you have 2 authors, you cite them both, like Cuevas and San Sebastian. Pero if you have more than 2 authors, okay, you cite the first author, like for example, Lagat Causarin Jacinto. Okay, so since Lagat is the corresponding author or the first author, so you write Lagat et al. 2012. It means Lagat and others 2012. Okay? Okay, so now no et al is not italicized. Because we are seeing some papers or some manuscripts utilizing et al in its italicized form. So hindi na kasi common na siya, no? So for number 6, for multiple references, date order follows the earliest to the most recent. Earliest muna, no? So halimbawa, Ching 2010, Mercurio 2012, Causarin 2013. Okay? Okay, so follow the order of the author's name. Walang apostrophe pala. Dapat may apostrophe na. Follow the order of the author's name as reflected from the source book. So kung sino yung nauna, siya pa rin. Huwag niyong babalik-balik ta rin. So halimbawa ito. So wag uunahin si Causarin, susundan ni Mercurio, susundan ni Ching. So kung sino yung nauna, yun pa rin. No? So it says here, for interview and personal communication, okay, example, the LSU has been operational for the last 30 years with only 2,000 students. Okay, you indicate the month and the year, personal interview, with the person you interviewed. However, after 25 and 30 years, the population has increased to more than 400 and 600% respectively. Okay, again, the year. So from, okay, if the communication is the form of a letter, from whom, okay, and then again in the form of what communication, and then from whom, and then unreferenced. Okay? Ito pa number 9. Marami rin nagkakamali, no? Please take note that the citation is always part of the statement. Okay? So the period comes after the citation. Yung iba kasi ay statement, blah, 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 period. Saka pa lang si citation. No. The citation is always part of the statement. Okay? So statement, blah, 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 and so on. And then citation, and then period. So you can have different ways of citing your references. It could be at the beginning of the sentence, at the middle of the sentence, no? It could be in between the words in a particular sentence. It could be before the end of the sentence. So depende yan sa style nyo ng writing. Okay? Okay, so what about the end references? Yung nasa bibliography o yung nasa cited references. Okay? So it says here, no, et al. Will be used after the 7th author's family name. Like for example, if you have a journal with 25 authors, meron mga ganun no? So you write the surnames until the 7th author, or you write the surname of the 7th author. And then after that, you can use et al. Okay? So halimbawa, Torres hanggang Bala. Okay, and then et al. 2008. So you don't write all the surnames and the initials of the 25 authors. You cut at the 7th, and then you write et al. Okay? So it says here, no comma in between the family name and the initial. Okay, with comma every after family name of the authors. And no end, okay, between the second and the last family names. Okay? So halimbawa, okay, Ching J.A. So surname, no comma, and then initials. No period between the initials. Okay, so surname, initials, and then comma. Surname, initial, and then comma, and so on and so forth. And if you're having the last surname, you don't place end, lagat, mn. So dire-diretso lang yan. Kulang to ng comma, pakilagyan na lang, no? So Ching, J.A., comma, Rubio, J.S., comma, Hara, O, comma, Makawile. Ito dapat Makawile is comma, J, no? And then Lagat, M-N period, then 2003. Okay? Says here, no parenthesis for the year. So after Lagat, M-N period, so that's one bibliographic field, no? The names of the authors, the name or the names of the authors, and then period. So the period actually tells that that's one bibliographic field. In this case, this bibliographic field includes the names of the authors. Okay? So period, and then year, and then period. So ibig sabihin, that's another bibliographic field. That's the year. Okay? So after period, you have the title of the research, period ulit. So ibig sabihin, that's another bibliographic field. Okay? So number 4, corporate authors will be spelled out following the acronym. So acronym first, and then the complete name. Okay? Then ito, take note of number 5. Now, it says here, titles of the reading materials must be in lowercase except the first letter of the first word and the proper noun. So ito yung sample. So when you include the title, says here, okay, the title must be in lowercase except for the first letter of the first word. Okay, so studies on the arbovirus epidemiology associated with established development. So lahat yan ay small letters. Okay, ang capitalized lang yung first letter ng first word. Okay, except if you have a scientific name. So you follow the rules in writing the scientific name. Or if you have here a proper name or a proper noun pala. So halimbawa ay studies on arbovirus epidemiology, halimbawa in Madagascar. So Madagascar starts with a capital letter because it's a proper noun. No, it's a proper name. Okay? So yeah. Marami nagkakamali dyan. Yung iba halatang copy and paste. Kung ano yung pagkakasulat sa reference, yun din ang pagkakasulat dito sa entry nila. Okay? So again, take note of that. And then, okay, take note, no? Even though you are going to include interviews and letters, no, in your in-text, or as your in-text citations, but you don't provide and references for that. Okay, so I would like to correct myself. So not all in-text citations now would have their corresponding end references. Yung mga personal communication, wala. Nasa in-text lang sila, wala sila sa end references. Okay? And number 7, okay, journals are in their abridged form, in their shortcut form. Okay? So these are samples. Wala. Ayan. No? So these are samples of the abridged forms of the journals. So like for example, if you got a journal from the Philippine Journal of Internal Medicine, you don't write Philippine Journal of Internal Medicine, but you only include the abridged form. Okay? And where are you seeing that? You're seeing that in the publication. Now, usually first page of the journal. Like ito. So this is systematic biology. No? So instead of writing systematic biology, so you write SystBiol. And then you have here the volume. Okay, you have the issue number. Please take note, marami rin nagkakamali dito. Okay, so you have the volume, and then in close parentheses, the issue number, then close parenthesis, colon, and then the pages, and then period. Okay, so that's how you write your bibliographic fields. Okay, now I am not sure if siguro you can or also ask Mary Ann later if there is a citation machine pa, no, in Aklatang Emilio Aguinaldo. The citation machine, okay, allows you to view, no, the references or the citations that is already formatted. Okay, so halimbawa kung APA, ito yung format niya. Kung CSE, ganito yung format niya. So I'm not sure if it's still available in the library. Okay? So ito yung dati, no? Meron kasi sila. Now, you have here samples, no, on how you're going to prepare the in-text citation and the end reference. Okay, so halimbawa, if you have two authors, Schott and Priest, 2002, that's for the in-text citation. That's the one within the manuscript. And then in the end reference or in the cited references, so ganito. Okay, so again, surname, initial, comma, no end, and then Priest, J, period. So that's one bibliographic field. And then you have year of publication, period. And then you have the title of the publication, etc., etc. So we have here samples, no? Okay, if you utilize books and monographs, if you have personal authors, corporate authors, journals, okay, so may mga samples naman. Katulad nito, very important, no? So yung end reference ulit, you have the surname, you have the initials, period, that's one bibliographic field. And then year, period, that's another bibliographic field. And then you have the title of the journal. So it followed the format. So only the first letter or the first word is capitalized. All the rest were written in small letters. And then you have the abridged form of the journal, period. And then you have the volume number, the issue number, and then you have the pages. Okay? So samples are provided. So you have journals, so articles with the same author, So you only utilize the surname once, and then you only write the years. Okay, and then their end references. Now, what about, okay, so articles with the same authors and published in the same year. So you are utilizing letters, no, A and B, and then sa citation then A and B. Okay? So ito, these are other examples. I already uploaded a file on CSE formatting. So nandun din siya. Okay?
Verify lang po, yung chapter 1 po ng PhD, di ba po may background of the study din po siya, Doc?
Opo.
Kasi nabanggit niyo po na kada objective ay may separate po siyang journal. Tama po ba, Doc? So,
Correct.
ibig sabihin po ba, Doc, is ngayon din pong sa tama ba yun? Methods of the research, yung subject po natin ngayon, gagawa na rin po kami ng tigi-tigisang background of the study for each objective.
Yes. Opo. Kaya mahaba ang sa dissertation eh. Kasi when you present that during the mock defense, kung paano nyo gagawin ito sa defense nyo, hindi nang gagawin nyo sa mock defense.
Okay po.
So,
Pero kung may background of the study po siya, Doc, kada objective, magagawa na rin po kami ng parang mga statement of the problem,
Yes.
hypothesis per objective din po, Doc. Okay po, Doc. Thank you po, Doc.
Talagang the chapter should stand alone as a paper. Kasi the purpose of you following the IMRD is, again, for your paper to be ready, for your paper to be publication ready, even before you graduate.
Okay po. Yung chapter 1 po, Doc, ano pong difference niya sa kada objective po?
Ang chapter 1 mo, that's your general introduction. Okay, in your general introduction, you are introducing your gaps and your problems. That's why you have this particular objectives.
Oh, okay po, Doc. Thank you po, Doc.
Okay, good luck sa mga PhDs. Matapit-tapit trabaho yan.